This is one of my favorite manhwa at the moment. The name is Borderline or Borderline Delusion, as some may know it, so let's get into it. The whole plot is, these two guys are friends with benefits since high school. Let's call them Mokyeon, the blonde, and Sunhwa, the redhead. There is no love relationship between these two, other than what I said. So yeah, the manhwa starts with Sunhwa telling Mokyeon that he hit the jackpot by quote-unquote seducing a rich, handsome guy, but the problem is he is not good in bed. It's not because he is not good, but Sunhwa is just a maso while the guy is considerate, or too dumb to get what Sunhwa is talking about. So Sunhwa tells Mokyeon if he is up for 3 people bedtime, and that he will convince the other guy. So Mokyeon says, cool. Then they eventually meet at a hotel, and this is when it all starts. Before we start, support the author on official platforms. If you are capable, I wrote their account at the description down below. Also, I'm not going to go through the whole plot of the manhwa. I'm just discussing the characters and a bit of the plot where it interests me, so it's better to read it on your own to get the whole experience. With that, let's get started. Okay, so their first bedtime was success in a way. There was this part where Mokyeon was like, bitch move to our good guy. His name is Nanjo, by the way. It was kind of funny. The whole session Mokyeon was stealing glances of Nanjo. Bro literally fell in love at first sight. But we are in YAOI universe, so they won't admit even if they are at a gunpoint. The author really did a good job in building suspense at chapter 6, because immediately after the threesome, we see Mokyeon going for drinks with his friends. Of course, Sunhwa is there too, and then he secretly goes and meets with none other than our guy Nanjo at a motel. It kind of seemed like they both developed interest at each other, but then we knew damn well Nanjo did not like Mokyeon at their first encounter. I'm sure everyone was gagged by this chapter though. Also, kinda jealous that people discovered this gem before me because I ignored it until the season was complete and it went on hiatus until next year. Ugh. This is a PHY, so there is too much bed scenes, so bear that in mind. It's actually kinda good though. Anyways, we go back to how they started meeting at a motel. I mean, the lore behind it, and we see Mokyeon dreaming about Nanjo. He started dreaming about him ever since they met, which leads to him being or getting closer to Nanjo at their next 3 meeting. This part was so good because we get to see Mokyeon's attraction to Nanjo and him noticing every little expression by Nanjo's face. Ah, so good. Honestly, if I had to rate between these 3 characters, I would rate Sunhwa higher than Nanjo. And of course, Mokyeon at the top. Hear me out on this. Sunhwa as a character is not explored by the artist. In this season, we only got to see him being a gold digger. And he never has no romantic interest. It's kind of refreshing to see this kind of character that is not in love with either of the main leads from the start, even though he is involved with both of the leads. He is such a diva, to be honest. He knows what he wants, and he gets it, unlike your usual tropes where the side characters automatically falls in love with the main leads. The author might also make a whole spin making Sunhwa like that childhood friend that is in love with Mokyeon and was doing all that to make him jealous. It will be boring if that happens, but we will see. As for why I would rate Nanjo the lowest, he is so dumb and oblivious. Like there is no way he saw what Sunhwa was doing that time, and he still felt like he was a victim. Mind you, he is pushing 35 too, and a successful businessman. Can't really be on Nanjo's side until they show us his POV of everything that is going on in this season, cause ain't no way bro gave up his body for a guy he barely knows and was also dragged by Mokyeon to continue with their lone sessions just like that? Because Mokyeon felt like he did not want to, even though they agreed to do it once? Bitch be for real. I will be hiring personal hitmen for Mokyeon if I was Nanjo, and he really pulled that shit on me. But then we may never know why Nanjo is doing this until season 2. It pisses me off that Nanjo got blackmailed and played like that by both of the other guys, but we are in YAOI universe, so the artist gotta make someone the victim, which in this case is Nanjo, unfortunately. As for why I like Mokyeon, and why I would rate him to be best character we see in this season, is because everything that is happening is in his POV. He is toxic, yes, but he shows the most character development. I saw this one theory where someone said that the name of the manhwa being Borderline Delusion might mean that Mokyeon is suffering from borderline personality disorder because we see his POV only, and there is no way Nanjo is doing all that just to prevent Mokyeon from hurting Sunhwa as he believes, which does not make sense at all, but who knows? If that were to be true, the manhwa will be so good, to be honest. What I don't like about Mokyeon is the fact that he is expecting Nanjo to return his love and like him back. Not really, but you get it. He wants to have Nanjo by himself. Like, bitch, please? There is no way you are expecting a guy you blackmailed to do so. He also had the audacity to come to Nanjo and act all emotionally clingy after doing it with Sunhwa like an hour ago. I know he had his reasons and all, but like, it was such an ick. He would rather do it with Sunhwa to separate the two from meeting, like be for real. I have a theory that in chapter 18, when Sunhwa comes to Mokyeon to complain about Nanjo, he already knows the relationship between the two. I'm saying this because he is acting suspicious. Even in his eyes, the way he is looking at Mokyeon, it kind of seemed off, or maybe I'm overthinking it. I had to get that out of my chest, lol. Yep, buddy, you do.
And you're going home, sweetie. And who do you think you are?
The whole chapters after Mokyeon says he is screwed, he is trying to get closer to Nanjo, making up excuses so they can spend time together and stuff. In this process, we get to see Nanjo opening up a bit, talking casually and laughing, which is great. I am sure this is when Nanjo caught feelings for Mokyeon. I just can't prove it yet, and we really gotta see his POV next season. There is this part where Mokyeon gets reminded that his relationship with Nanjo is a contract, and he gets pissed and pulls off the earring that Nanjo got him, like, boy, what did you expect? Anyways, Mokyeon finally decided to tell the truth to Nanjo about Sunhwa, and of course he doesn't believe him. Then they start clocking each other LOL. This create a bit of an argument. Here, we see Nanjo's expressions, and it kind of looked like he was going to tear up any moment, to be honest. Mokyeon also finds out that Nanjo does not like Sunhwa as much as he thought, and then they kiss. This was so good, OMG. I was screaming at this chapter. This was me the whole of chapter 30. I really need season 2 as soon as possible, like as early as tonight. Overall, the manhwa is so good. The art was so clean and good too. I can't believe this was the artist's first work. Everything was, like, perfect. The plot was a bit unique this time with the threesome trope, since we usually don't see those in YAOI universe. And those we saw were forced, which was gross. How the pace was not too fast, not too slow was also perfect. I mean, the hype was really well deserved. I'm so happy for the artist. Anyways, what I am curious about the most in season 2 is Nanjo's POV, how Sunhwa reacts after the last chapter. Will he feel betrayed, or will he act nonchalant about it? I am also very curious about their character developments. Will Nanjo also get mad at Mokyeon after what he did in the last season? I'm pretty sure he will say Mokyeon embarrassed him and did whatever he wanted to without asking for permission, but I'm so curious. Ugh. I just want to see them together and being lovey-dovey. Anyways, subscribe.